All right. We are live on YouTube. Now I am hooking up my Facebook. It's like go live and going that direction. Go live going this direction. Earth. All right. Go live. 2, 3. Gonna set up. Can't tilt it until it's already set up. So many weird rules with technology. Okay. All right. Shoot. All right. Be back in 1 second. Chatty. K-pop is chatty today. Okay. All right, now I can see chat. Oh, hi, Laura. Who else is over on Facebook? Say hello, hello. Facebook, say hello, hello. Let's not. Facebook, say hello. Ah! No echo. Hi, Michelle. How are you hanging in today? How are you, Laura? Happy Friday. Okay, I'm going to put my son's iPad up so I can see it. I can see everybody's chit chat. Hope everybody is doing great. I'm just very glad this busy week is ended. I'm hopeful next week is not similar. All right. So let's see. Get things situated. Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry. Hi, Leah. Welcome back. How are you today? So we are mostly working with gel, but, you know, we've got our pretties from Liquid Layers that we always love. I do not have a solid builder gel holder yet from her. I will have to talk to her about designing one. So, you know, it's kind of like that idea of, do you need a container for containers? How do you guys fall on that? Are you a container for containers type person or no? Let's sort these out. Get our other liquids in. So I did finally find my Lift Your Spirit Dips gel remover again. It was exactly where I had looked like 10 times. Because of course, that's just how it works. And it worked fabulously. I got this whole set on with solid builder gel today. And I had fun. I removed old builder gel, old rubber base. So we are starting from scratch with a layer. It's another thin layer of base gel on it. So that's where we're starting. Grabbing my gloves. It's been a while since I've used a solid builder gel, so I wanted to make sure that I remembered all the ins and outs of it. Did get reminded of a few that I had forgotten. Wait a minute, I grabbed literally like a handful of tools, and then when I came in here, it seemed like they didn't come with me. So, highly recommend using silicone when you are using your solid builder gel. Hi, Jamie. Yeah, I was getting prepped. Lots of prep. Always lots of prep. So we'll see. All right. It's nice to have the flexi mats to kind of tell me where I'm at in my space. It's helpful. All right. Gloves. I was in the midst of grabbing gloves and I realized I didn't have my silicone tool. But I found a different silicone tool. So hopefully I don't need anything additional. Hi, Britt. Welcome back to social media. I hope you have been well. For anybody who is new here, I am at BDazzldNails, aka Brandis. You will find me as BDazzldNails here, there, and everywhere, from Pinterest to TikTok. And even Like to Know It, the app for fashion and nail and beauty. That actually might be BDazzled Life. I'm torn between what my channel and brand names should be, since I do 98.7% nails. But I do like fashion and beauty. I'm just very shy about my face and my body, so I don't love to show it off. I just like to buy clothes that make me happy. And do makeup that doesn't make me feel old. Alright, so I have been working with a lot of glitters these last few weeks, so we're just going to give ourselves a little wipey wipe. This is a hydrochloric or hypochloric acid. And then I will probably wipe with alcohol again. It's blue and purple or teal and purple, your choice. I always go towards teal, and it is for 1122, which was chosen for the chromosomes involved in the disorder, which are chromosomes 11 and 22. They are duplicated, or so it becomes a trisomy, right? Because we're supposed to have two pairs. So when you get a duplication, you get a trisomy. Normally, like with Down syndrome and other conditions, it's one chromosome that's involved. So it's like trisomy 21, trisomy 14. But because Kieran's is 11 and 22, it ends up becoming a derivative trisomy, so you get the extra copy, and then 11 and 22 break apart and swap, and because they're not chromosomes that are equal lengths and they don't have the same bits of information, everything kind of goes together in a very wonky way, and you end up with very individual children who all kind of experience the same sort of problems in various severities, because 11 and 22 are like involved in the early neural tube development. So you get blindness and deafness and symptoms that can only be compared to cerebral palsy. Sometimes autism. You get the sensory processing delay. So he's got a very high, an appearing of very high pain tolerance. It's just because the information doesn't get sent to the brain as fast as it should. So like if he touched an oven and his spine, because that's actually where that information comes from, is the spinal nerves, is supposed to say, ow, that's hot, before your brain even thinks about it. But because of the deficits and the delays, his nerves don't take over and send that message until it's too late and lots of damage has been done. It has to be very, very severe and very, very sharp for his brain to like pick it up and have him like cry or whatever. So, kind of crazy. And very nerve-wracking for mommy. I don't understand why all these glitters are just giving me. They're just giving me the hardest time this year. I'm just gonna have to go buy a really nice tape roller and keep it in here. Okay. What are you gonna do? We're here. It's mostly clean. It's gel, so you know everything's gonna stick into it as it is. So just trying to make sure we had the cleanest space, least dusty. So we are playing with the Lift Your Spirit Dip Solid Builder Gel. Yay! We do love a builder gel moment. I generally find it to be too troublesome to make extensions from builder gel. It just kind of gives me like nightmarish flashbacks to polygel, even though it's like 100 times easier. But I do love to use it to attach my clear jelly tips. It's one of my favorite ways to do it. So I figured we could cover those two ways, answer any questions anybody has regarding that. Yep, that's my favorite way to use it. But some people don't want to wear tips. So for you, I have these things called dual forms. They are great to build extensions. You can create an extension with a paper form using solid builder gel. It's just paper forms are very finicky. You need to cut them right and get them attached right. Otherwise you end up with like too thin of a bridge, and then you're likely to get a crack at the tip. And I just find dual forms to be much easier. Jelly tips, the easiest, and then dual forms the next. So I just got this kit from BDazzld. It has square dual forms, which I don't love. Oh, Michelle. Oh, no. Well, I love you and I miss you. Hopefully it's not me. Oh, I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb on my phone. Kieran's school is going to try to call, and it's going to be awful. So let me fix that real quick, or we're just going to be hating life. All right. Let's see. I will be right back. Hopefully it does not close me out, but I do got to go into Do Not Disturb. Or we get a Friday call from the school every week, and it's always right when I'm trying to do my lives. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I'm back and everything is better. Ow. All right. And so of course now my camera's all struggling. Why does it keep, like, I have like a super good internet connection right now. That is so weird. I ended up upgrading and going to a super high internet connection, so this wouldn't happen. Weird. Is anybody else having the live freeze up on them? Besides when I had to minimize out and go on Do Not Disturb. Okay, I'm going to close it and reopen it on Facebook and see if that fixes it. Okay, guys? So, join again. Tell your friends. I will close it and reopen. Marie Hall, you just joined. We're going to close the live. We're going to reopen it, and hopefully it will fix. Yeah. Oi, I'll finish. delete it now. Okay. Hopefully we're trying again. All right, let's reopen everything. Okay. We gotta love technical difficulties. Ow. No. What is it doing? Why is it mad? Oh my word. Why is Facebook being just a total monster right now? Ow. All right. Let's try not to do that, phone. What is happening? Yes. Could we be good, Facebook, please? All right. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully I'm back. Let me know if it's still crashing or freezing or whatever it is trying to do to me. Because I was seeing it fine on my tablet, which, I mean, means nothing. But just hope. Just hope everybody can come back and everything's fine. Like, how did I get a cat fur over here? All right. Are we back? Are we looking okay? Let me know. YouTube, are you hanging in? I hope everybody's okay. If you're on to YouTube, hi. I will be trying to watch chat, but I will be also trying to troubleshoot Facebook. All right, welcome back. Everybody who's back, welcome back. Okay. Hi, Victoria. All right, so we have our Lift Your Spirit Dips Solid Builder Gel. This is what we're working with tonight. Okay. Hi, Tara. How are you? Surprised you're awake so late, but thanks for stopping in. All right. So what you need is you need a gel base, a nail primer, a nail dehydrator. Okay. So you are going to prep for your solid builder gel and just as well as you would have prepped for your regular gel, right? So where did my beautiful gel go? Gel base go. Ah, that's the gel remover. All right, well, here we go. Pretend this is gel top coat, gel base. My gel base like literally wandered away and all I'm finding now is the matte top coat. Cool. All right, so got our hands. I'm going to snip 2 of my gloves so I can show you application. Going to do it over Feel Base. Okay. And then we're going to apply. All right. So I have done the gel layer as well as I put a top coat on it so that it'll come off easier for me. Because generally I'm doing press-on sets, so I don't want to keep these on. So at this stage, we're just going to pretend that this is just gel base. We have done our prep. We have pushed our cuticles back. We have used either a ceramic cuticle prep stone, a efile if you're comfortable, or a cuticle remover and a emery board or metal push thing, whatever those are called. These I'm really liking. These are ceramic manicure sticks. I got them in bulk on Amazon. And I use them to get in here and really scrape the sides, push back my cuticle, really just get any of the goo, which is the invisible cuticle that's on your nail. Okay, I love them. You can file them clean, you can soak them, you can clean them. Can you hear me? I'm back. Jamie, can you hear me? I think so. I'm waving things around. Are we seeing things move? So yeah, so I really love these. That's okay, Jamie. I appreciate any time. So yeah, so I use these to clean up my sidewalls because that's where I usually get my really bad invisible cuticles here. All right, so they're great. They're on Amazon. I think they're in my Amazon store. I believe Corey is the one who got me turned on to them. Otherwise, lately I have been using a tapered efile bit that I got. It's a diamond bit. And I really like this for getting cuticle off and prepping after I do my gel base. So I have very small nail beds, which can make gel application and builder gel application on such short nails really difficult. So I will apply it very carefully. I will get it as close as I can to my cuticles without flooding. And then usually that will leave me a little thick right here. So I take this efile bit, and then I will go in and I will just clean up and thin out those areas. It fits really nicely in there. And then I go ahead and I clean it up, and then I top coat it, and that's how I prep for peel base and for press-ons. We're going to pretend that we didn't gel top coat it though, okay? So we're gonna clean up our invisible cuticle. I sometimes use this as a primer. It is an acid primer. So if you have nails that are really, really difficult to get gel to stick to without peeling, you might wanna look into this. Make sure you just use one of those little teeny tiny like sticks with a little bit of cotton on it to apply it, because you don't want this getting on your skin. It will burn a little bit. It's not horrible, but it's not like it's not a massage. And then one of my tried and true non-acid adhesions is the protein bond. Because I have very oily nail beds, I have very oily skin. So those have been my go-tos. Then on top of that is where you do your gel base. Once you're done with gel base, you can go ahead and wipe the sticky off, because you're going to be kind of playing around with stuff and you don't want to get fuzzies in your gel base. So make sure your tools are clean, because we are going to be manipulating the solid builder gel with our silicone tools or our cuticle pushers, depending on what works better for you. You need something to scoop it out of the jar, and you need something to press it into the dual form. Or, yeah, I mean, this is basically for that application. So I have one from Born Pretty. It's a little older, but I figured it would make an easy scoop. Ouch. Because my silver one seems to have gone AWOL. All of this I used like just 3 hours ago. Okay, so anything, you can use a paddle, you can use a cuticle thing. You just need something that's going to be a good scoop. Okay, and then you can use this to manipulate it. Make sure to clean it with alcohol. And then these are the dual forms from BDazzld that I like, because I like that I can either do a tapered stiletto or a stiletto. I can either do stiletto almond or a tapered coffin using this. And so you just want to size it out. You want to make sure it goes sidewall to sidewall. You want it to be a little bit bigger versus smaller. So for my middle one, we have number 3. These are reusable, but generally you're gonna need the size you're gonna need, so you can just take them off here and keep them around. Some people snip them, and I don't really know why. Okay. So for my index, I am a 5, and for my middle center finger, I am a 3. Okay. All right. And we're going to put our peel base on before I forget, or these will be stuck on. So while that's drying, we will be loading the dual form. Okay. Well, this is just peel base. I would be using the LYS peel base, which I have right here, but I haven't experimented with it yet. So I hope Cass is still here. She'll let us know how it does with the solid builder gel. Otherwise, our other one is the the gel remover. LYS has all of your solutions. All right. So I'm going to start with our middle finger here. Okay. We are going to spray it with alcohol. Let's not forget the most basic of prep. Spray everything with alcohol. Okay. And we're going to use our paddle. And we're going to pick up a little bit. Okay. And you can just offload it into the dual form. Now, depending, everybody does it. I don't recommend touching it with your bare skin though, especially because I know a lot of people are just getting more and more allergies. So use a silicone tool, wear a finger cot, use a paddle like your cuticle pusher, okay? That's my recommendation. Now, what you're gonna run into is it's gonna wanna slide out. And it's gonna stick to you. So this is one of those reasons why I like working with it as a jelly tip. Okay. All right. So if it starts sticking, this gets very frustrating. All right. I seem to always have more trouble with it sticking than most people. So hopefully you will not experience the same issue I get. Now keep your eye out for any air bubbles, because those are going to be very annoying and they're going to introduce weakness into your nail. Okay. I noticed that some people complain about the silicone tools leaving wrinkles, whereas the metal is like less likely to do that, supposedly. It's probably just learning curve for everybody, right? And different cuticle pushers are different widths too. So if you are into that cracked ice look though, now is the time. You can do that with your press-ons, you can do that with your jelly tips, and you can do that when you build your nail. Very easy. Okay, so here we are. I'm just rolling it to the tips. I'm going to add a little bit more. You want to make sure that it goes side to side, because this is your extension. This is the nail that you're building. So you can take it off. It's much harder to add. So if you're worried about it being too thick, just remember that rule of thumb. Much easier to take off than it is to add. Especially if you have air bubbles and things interrupting. Now, back in the old day with polygel, I used to use gel base to help me smooth it out. I haven't experimented to figure out if that works with the solid builder gel, but that takes you out of the non-sticky territory. So, you know, experiment as you see fit. You can kind of see the little wrinkles. You're going to see those depending on the tools you're using. Enjoy your movie, Laura. Have a good night. This will, of course, be up on my YouTube and up in here in the Facebook group for you to come back and see anytime. Kirsten, did you get me pizza? So I'm going to this mark here because I'm kind of going for like a tapered coffin, which is my preference. So here's a fancy trick for you. You can take this all the way to your cuticle. If this is kind of the length you're going for, you can take it all the way to your cuticle, right? Get that. You can use a flashy light. You can use your full gel light. Great. You can also go down a little bit if you want it to be a little bit longer. And you can cure it that way and then backfill with gel base or a little bit of the builder gel. So that is possible. You can do that. Right now, I am making sure it is fitting side to side, that we are getting good gel adhesion on the sides because it has to make connection with the gel base below. Okay. You can pull it out a little bit so you don't get a giant shelf. Then you can hold it. That's the nice thing about it being non-sticky and solid. You can hold it. You can smooth it out more if you need to. Okay. You can check and see how many air bubbles you're getting, what you need to adjust. And then smooth it out. And the nice thing too is if you have an efile, it is much easier. You can come under here once it's cured and smooth it out, because you're still going to need to top it and top coat to really, really make it non-sticky. It's like mostly non-sticky, but when it cures, it's still going to come up a little sticky. And then I'm just using my silicone tool. You can spray it in alcohol. You can do it dry and just kind of pulling it so that I don't have too much excess on my skin, because you don't want it. But the next size down was way too small. Now you could make it work and do, like we were talking about, the halfway down. If you have too small, if you don't have like a really good fitting dual form, that's kind of what I recommend. Those are the two methods you can try. And then we just stick it in the lamp. You can do a quick flash cure if you are just quickly going through and you just want to get them all on. I have a lot of different lamps. I have some from Painted Desert, like this one. I think it's a little expensive for what it is. I have little ones. I have flashlight ones. I have an adorable Kuromi one from Après that works great. So those can give you that quick little flash cure before you go into the lamp and let you set up and finish your hand. That's the nice thing, is you can get them all done before you go into the lamp. So less gel exposure, or like less light exposure, less chance of messing them up, because you can just leave the form on and it'll keep it from getting sticky, like dust covering it, or any little fuzzes if you have little adorable fur balls who like to come spend time. Okay, so I did a full cure, and then you're just gonna give it a little wiggle wiggle, and it's gonna pop off, and then you have yourself an extension. So depending on how good you get at the smoothing will depend, give you, will you have a perfectly shiny top? Will you have a perfectly shiny bottom? Skill will change and adapt that. And it's always fixable. That's the nice thing. It's always fixable. And I will show you how to do that. First, we're going to, let me see. The top is good because the dual form takes the sticky, but the bottom is still sticky. So that's where I say you take the top coat and you put the gel, the no wipe top coat under there. Give that a cure. Because you don't like, it's not fun to file sticky, sticky non-stick builder gel. So I just come in here, put the top coat, and then I'll fill it in. Ooh, see, looks like we got a little spot there. So I'm actually gonna have to do a little repair. I missed it when I was applying it. So yes, so this is most often where I have the little missing pieces, is right up at the free edge. It's very frustrating. So there's two ways to do it. You can just clump it on and do it that way, or you can just reapply the dual form, do it this way. And then it will be a little easier on you. You'll get smoother edge. I just pop it back in the lamp. This is why I like doing lives, because you guys can see the things that will happen and we can troubleshoot them right then. I like to give you solutions. You can also have fun and do a little art. Like you can do like glitter inclusions. Does anybody want to see how we do that on the next one? One of my favorite things to do is to take a favorite dip, and I will use my little tea strainer to strain out the glitters. And then I will spray them with alcohol so they're not dusty. Let that dry. And then I'll put that into my builder gel to put in my nails. Yes, glitter inclusions. Okay. Britt's like, glitter me this, glitter me that. All right. So we got the patch. The patch is great. Just going to take a little bit of filing to fix it up. But the patch went great. Okay. Like we said, I always recommend filling in with the top coat where it's sticky so you don't gotta worry about it. Okay, I just give that a quick 10-second cure to make life not annoying and keep any fuzzies out. And then I have these cute stars from Charm Box. I get the Charm Box. And last month they sent over these glitters. Oh no, Passion! That's been happening to some people. Or maybe people aren't talking. It could be that people are quiet today. But hi, Passion! How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you in a live. I hope you're doing fabulous. We are going to pull out some glitters to do with our builder gel. Let me see. I've got a million billion glitters, so let's see what we can make. Because glitter is fun and it makes me happy. All right. Glitter, glitter everywhere. That's okay, Passion. How is school going? So many glitters. Good Lord. Good Lord. I want something a little more winter, maybe. Got some sun, moon, and stars. Oh, we could do fall. You know what? Forget it. Let's go straight fall. It is fall. We're doing fall things. Grab your fall dips. Pull out any of the glitters the ones you like. Clean them up. Spray off those glitters. And pull out your solid builder gel. All right. Was that fun? I like fun. All right. All my rhinestones just fell. All right. Okay. So we've got. That's one of the downsides to having such tiny fingers is that you don't have a ton of room to stick stuff. So one easy way, because we have to do like a lot of manipulation with the solid builder gel, is to put in top coat. So you're going to line your dual form with top coat. Okay. And this will let our glitter stick. Okay. So we can start there. I just finished Agatha. It was Agatha all along, or whatever that's called. I've got that Witch's Road song stuck in my head. It just won't stop. Okay. We are going to close up our builder gel because we don't want to get anything in there. I love working with my flexi boats to do anything with glitters. It just makes life easy. So I kind of like the green, and I wanted to use a little green in honor of Brit. So we're going to tap in some green. We're going to tap in some gold hollow. Okay. Close it up. Yes, just for you, Brit. Green for my green queen. All right. Then I've got this mix. No idea where I got it, but it's like micro and minis and in like a kind of champagne hollow. I thought that would be fun and fit the fall theme. All right. This is kind of a red, but it's like an orangey umbra type kind of red. I thought that would look nice. Okay. And then we've got our leaves. All right. So going to give this a little bit of a stir. Mix our glitters together. Okay. It is kind of wickedish, Victoria. Yes. All right. Then I'm going to open up my leaves. They're taped shut. All right. So there's all kinds of leaves and all kinds of places you can get them. You can pull them from your dips. You can buy them online. Get them on Amazon. Whatever. Okay. Now, if you have a nail stand, I do highly recommend press-on stands, even for stuff like this. Like, even if you're not wearing press-ons, you can stick them to the stand, and then you can, you know, hold it and be able to be a little bit more manipulative. But all of my stands are in my other room right now. So I'm just using a little bit, hopefully, of the top coat to try to pick up that sequin, but it's not, there we go. It's not wanting to. Okay. So depending on the shape of them, they can get a little pokey. So try to keep your larger inclusions at the broader pieces of the nail. It just makes things easier and will help them conform a little better. Okay. And you can even cure with a flashy light, but when you can hold this down and then you can do a flash cure, and that will actually bend your glitters and keep them bent. So that's a pro tip. I don't have any of my flashy lights back here. I looked. My Kuromi is on my bookshelf. I mean, I know where it's at. All right. So I'm always buying duplicates of things. Terrible habit, but you know. Okay. All right. Gonna turn those. I want to get nice placement. Hi, Michelle. Welcome back. Yes, getting like the right green can be hard. Get back in there, please. Yes, so lots of tips and tricks. I've been doing nails DIY for so many years that I just have too many tips and tricks to pass on. There's so many in my brain that like telling them all at once is difficult. It's like they kind of have to come out as they come up. All right. Right there, that little bend keeps wanting to reject the leaf and like give it back, which I don't want. I want that red leaf to stay there, please. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to press it down and I'm going to go into my light. I'm gonna turn it on to the 60 seconds so I can just kind of rush in there. I'm gonna turn the leaf around because I don't want it facing the nail. I want it out for some reason. That's been part of the struggle. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to put it in the light, and it's going to cure for 10 seconds and hopefully work. All right. All right. Ah, almost worked. All right. We're just going to take our gel top coat again. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna add some more gel top coat. Hold it in. Okay. There we go. Them leaves are pesky. It's the same amount of pesk that a snowflake will give you. So I've gone in and I'm holding it like this with the pen, like the pointy part, pressing it down to give it that bend. And it seems to be working better this time. So there we go. Much better. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add a little bit more top coat to get those tiny glitters in there. Okay. And it will get rid of any unevenness. Okay. And you can take a paintbrush with some gel base on it. You can take a scooper. You could just pick up the little flexi boat and dump it in if you want. Just kind of depends on how much coverage you're looking for. It's like, is it a full glitter nail? Is it a partial glitter nail? Up to you. Okay. And you can check your work by flipping it over and sort of seeing where the glitters are going. If you like it, if you don't like it. Don't fill it up too much because you do still have to have room for your builder gel to adhere to your nail. Don't be crazy. Okay. I think I like this. Looks kind of fun. Maybe I will take my silicone tool and I'm going to spread out some of those glitters just a little bit. Okay. All right. That is a fun fall nail. You can make this a French tip, like we were talking about, where if you just wanted to apply it lower on the nail, it could just be a French tip style or an ombre, and then you can work backwards. You can have it be all the way up there. I think for fun, we are going to do it down here. So I'm just going to give that a quick 10-second cure to keep the glitters in place so we can get our solid builder gel in there. Okay. Close up our glitters. Save our glitter boat for another manicure. All right. Clean off your brushes again and your silicone with alcohol. Just if you were going to be doing a non-glitter nail, you wouldn't want to add glitters to it. Just a good habit to get into. Just cleaning. The gel comes off of silicone tools really nicely. The glitter, not quite as nicely, but all right. And because we saved our solid, we closed it up. So we are just going to pull out a little bit. Again. Start. Okay. And that little twisty motion tends to help you get the gel out of it. And we're going to scoop it in. I don't know why it does, like, the solid builder gel, which is, you know, non-sticky, works. It sticks to skin a lot less than it does gloves. I will say that. You have to really, like, roll it in a bowl when you're using gloves, but then that can introduce air bubbles. It's a whole thing. It's a great tool. I love it, but there is some finessing for working with it. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna use the super smooth side because that's what worked best for us last time. Close it up. Come back in here. Okay, and we're gonna fill. All right, let's do it again. I must have something on my glove that it's just super adhering to. So I'm going to actually change my gloves out real quick. Because something is sticking somewhere. So I might have gotten some dust on it. Okay. Try again. That's the one thing. If you have dust or anything, the builder gel loves to stick to it. To spray off our tool really well so that we get the best drop off. How did I tear my glove already? These nails are too stabby. Tore my thumb with my glove. Don't understand. Life is lifing at the moment. That's all I gotta say. Life is lifing. All right, the nice thing about the builder gel, it is HEMA-free. So, if you accidentally touch it, most likely, like, it'll be fine. All right. Okay. So, all right. Just minimize how much you're touching it, all right? Ah, it came off. I was worried that would happen. All right. So I guess you could use base gel and it would be less shiny, but thank you, Passion Pepper. I try to be of a sunny disposition and make people smile. We're here to learn about fun things, right? All right. Be good, gel. Be good. You're giving me all of the worst things that could happen when doing this. All right. As you guys can see, don't lose your cool. You're still going to come out with something that looks great. Okay. Get in there, press it down. Something tells me I grabbed the wrong tip. I sure did. I sure did. I have been building this in the small tip. Oh, Lord, help me. Lord, 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 help me. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. It's into the big tip. All right. Press it down. Push the builder gel around. Make sure it's side to side, end to end. because it's being a little annoying, I am going to do it a little bit down on my nails so we can make sure that we have a good adhesion. It even took some of the gel, like the glitter with it. I don't know. All right. Rubbing alcohol, wipe it off. I've got my, my peel base that I have to reapply, or else it's going to stay on forever. That's not what I'm looking for today. I don't need it to stay on forever. So just make sure you get all your peel base off so when you reapply it, it doesn't look weird. Apply your peel base again if you're using it. Let it dry. While it's being annoying, we're going to go in and we're going to shape our other nail so we can maximize the time we are spending. I'm gonna give this a little push too. So it's tucked in a little bit more. All right. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more gel to it while my nail dries. Okay. It's a nice thing. It's not gonna mess with you too much. Stay still. Doesn't drip, doesn't spill. It definitely gives you a lot of working time. And one thing we're also going to try is, because it's being a little slippery, we will end up with trying to put a small bead of the builder gel on the middle nail and then attaching that to that. So that is the plan. While the press on is, or the peel base is drying, we're just going to take and shape up our nails a little bit. You can use pretty much any kind of file. Thought I would use my glass, but it's being annoying. I got a new glass file from Bonafide that is meant to be used with acrylic, but it's in the other room. And it has been amazing. It's got a higher grit. It's just a downer because it's only on one side, which I'm not sure why. When their regular files are two-sided. I don't know why they would do that. Seems weird. All right. So I like to use, I have a couple of efile bits I like to use for cleaning up the underside of builder gel nails. Let's try this one. This is a new one. It's kind of crazy. I wanted to see what it did. So I'm turning it on low speed. Okay. And I'm just smoothing out the underside of that builder gel nail. Remember, we had a little bit of issue with the silicone tool leaving like little wrinkles. It's totally smooth on top, but underside, little wrinkly. Okay. It worked okay. But maybe not my favorite though. So let's try my tried and true. Let's see how that one does. It's always a bummer when you pick up a new bit and it like doesn't work the way you hoped it would work. Like, well, bummer. What was the point? Okay. So I like these little cone bits. I've used them for years and years on my nail prep and builder gel sets of all kinds. I like that it maintains a nice C curve underneath. It doesn't have like a safety side, but because the tip is like rounded, it like almost has its own, and it's nice and narrow. You can really get in there. Just be careful about overfiling. I'm prone to that, so like we said, it's easier to take some off than it is to put it back. Okay, this is how you're going to smooth out the dual form because it can most times leave like a little lip. So you're going to use your efile or your hand file and just get in there. I would say if you're using a hand file, to probably apply your tips a little bit lower on the nail so you can really get in there and smooth it out, and then you can just basically give yourself a backfill with dip base. Not dip base, gel base. Anyways, yes. Okay. There's the phone call from us on school. Right on time. I swear. Filing on camera is always the hardest. All right. Now I have one of my little buffers that I like to use. We're moving our tip to keep the nail dust from going in. I like to use a buffer. Nail file also will work. Anything you like to use. Just take on the sides. Okay. Give yourself a nice little buffy buff. Make sure your shape and your thickness is still where you want it to be. And if you want to shorten it, now's the time to do that. Okay. So this is why I like using those stiletto shapes, is because you can either do a stiletto or you can get a really nice tapered coffin. I think it does a really good job of giving you that shape. Ouch. Taking your hand file, just give it there. Take those sidewalls down, make them look nice and natural. Pay attention to your cuticle line. All right. Then we're going to clean her off with alcohol so we get rid of all that dust. Make sure our sidewalls are looking nice and even. Get our alcohol. Clean off that nail. Clean off under the nail. I like to do this final stage with a brush generally to really make sure I'm getting all of that dust out. So when I top coat under that nail, we're not top coating hopefully any like cloudiness, because that's what we don't want. We don't want cloudy. Okay. And you can do gel base right now. You can do gel top coat, depending on what your plan is for the nail. But use the gel top coat underneath for sure. Okay, because this will make it non-sticky. I definitely recommend pulling your skin back so you can get in there. You don't want to apply too much because you're just going to have more of that distortion. I'm going to really try to keep it as thin as possible. We are just filling in the abrasions from the file. And hopefully evening it out. Okay. Boop. Okay. Come up here. We're going to top coat the nail. I'm bending over too much. I went and got my migraine Botox today, and I just keep finding myself bending over, which is going to make my Botox migrate. So I wonder what crazy face I'm going to be making for the next 3 months. I had to reschedule my appointment, so we had to cram it in today, especially because of all the vet stuff going on with Shiro. It's been a bit of a menace. This week has been insane. That's okay. Nail space is our happy place. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. Oof. Depending on how comfortable you are, how big your nail bed is, you can usually get in and under and clean it up like really, really well. But I have very tiny nail beds. So I have to use like a striping brush, and it can be a little annoying to try to get in there and like make sure it's all super tight and clean. I generally don't wear glass tips. But if you're going to do glass tips, maybe going the jelly tip route is best. Because then you for sure get a nice clean application. Because it's just the jelly tip underneath. Which I guess I could show that too, since I'm doing gel base. Or I keep peel base, not gel base, peel base. All right. Here we are. Nice and cured. We have our little builder gel extension. You can see a little bit of the warping. So I do recommend really getting in there with your efile to make it super crisp and clear if that's what you're after. You're thinking you're going to be doing some pretty icicle. Icicles, you're going to want the distortion. So yeah. But if you want to do pretty like negative space nails, or really have, you know, the glass tip be open, you're gonna want to make sure it's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. That makes sense. All right. We're gonna experiment, and we're gonna try the Lift Your Spirits peel base on my ring finger. Tell me how this works, Cass. What am I looking for? Just gonna apply it, and should it dry clear when it's done? Yes. The Botox is literally a miracle for my migraines. I could never survive life without it. Okay. So we discussed we were going to take a little teeny ball of our solid gel. Looks like I did get some glitters in here, so we're going to try to grab the stuff with the glitter. You try so hard, man. Try so hard, and you still get glitter in there. Okay. So then I'm just going to make sure to wash your hands after this. If you touch the gel, be careful. Wash your hands. Touch it the least amount you can. Now we are just pressing it towards our cuticle and pushing it away from our sidewall, kind of like a little rolling pin. That's kind of what I'm attempting to use the silicone tool to do. Little rolling pin. No, I keep putting my finger in the peel base. Try that again. Try that again. All right. It is definitely on a glossy surface. My nails are top coated. We're just dragging that hard and unsticky solid builder gel on our nails. And then we are ironing it to smooth it out, because we don't want it to be too thick. Since we already have some in the dual form, this is a matter of giving us something in the back so we can attach slightly lower down on the nail, because I want a little ham with those glitters. So it definitely filled in that space more than I wanted. All right, so there we go. So I've attached it. We're checking for that sidewall to sidewall. We're pushing it off of our skin if it gets on our skin. Okay, looks like didn't quite fill in enough right here. So I'm going to grab a little ball and we're going to apply it there. Teeny tiny little ball. All right. And we're just going to use the silicone tip to push it in. Make sure we're getting it where we need it to be. All right. Pushy push. Push that back down. All right. And then scrape away any of the excess that we don't need. Use our cuticle tool. Clean it out. Too much. Cleaned out too much. The one thing I have literally done like a million times is giving me the most trouble today. The glitter inclusions were like old hat back in the day. Anyways, this should be much easier than it's appearing right now. All right, I am just not caring about smoothness because I can file it all the way. We are just attaching, cleaning off of our skin. All right. Gosh, that pulled down so far. That's so funny. All right, push that back a little bit. Wow, we have a not so beautiful disaster here. All right. Okay, we are going to press that to fill in that crack. There we go. All right. It's right there that it's trying to form, just like it did on the other finger. I am prone whenever I do dual forms to getting that little crack spot. So I always try to watch for it. Still happens, but at least I know it's there. And I know how to fix it. So we are back in the lamp for 30 seconds to set it up. And then I'm going to flip my finger over just to make sure that under the glitter it is also curing, just in case. And we're going to see what masterpiece, we have under here. Hi, Gail. Welcome back. You've missed most of the disaster, but hopefully we're coming out the other side of that. Yep, that's what I was thinking, that you'd see it be clear. Cool. Awesome. All right. So we're just gonna twisty twist. We are taking this lady down by a lot. And then we will make her beautiful. All right. We're getting in there. So, good thing to do is to use your file and pull your skin away from the gel. Okay. That's the best place to start. And we're going to buff, 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 buff. File, file, file. I'm trying. Problem is that I have my tablet up. I have this over on YouTube too. So, oof. I'm going to actually use my nippers and we're going to clip the tip off. Because it's quite a bit to worry about filing off. And we're just going to clip it. If you've got those cool, like, plastic tip clippers, those work great too on taking off any excess from our K-pop is great. He healed really well. That gold leaf is trying to leave. Pupper is still on the mend. We started a broad spectrum antibiotic last night because he developed an infection after his neutering. Apparently, this vet does something that my old vet didn't do, and she leaves the pouch when she neuters boy dogs. And that's swelled and caused a bunch of problems. Whereas if she had taken it off, like we thought was normal, apparently it's a surgeon's choice, house's choice, dealer's choice. He wouldn't have gotten the swelling, he wouldn't have gotten the infection. But of course, if he does have to have it removed or anything else done surgically, we have to pay out of pocket. Because, you know, why not? Just like, that is so nuts. Okay, I'm going to use top coat to put that golden glitter that's trying to leave back down. So, I don't want it to be annoying. I don't know how it didn't have enough top coat, but whatever. Okay, this will help it. Yes, so nuts, literally. And he, throughout all of this, has felt super himself, right? So, like, normally a human might be like feeling unwell and would stay still, perhaps, not run around. My dog is literally running laps and trying to chase the other dog and jump and go, and so frustrating. So we have had to pen him. We have had to take him out on his leash. He still tries to run and jump. It has been a lot this week. And now we're having to do warm compresses and cleanse the surgery site. And he's now taking the antibiotic twice a day, gabapentin twice a day, and a anti-inflammatory twice a day. It didn't seem to do any good with the inflammation. The only positive is that because of the swelling, it actually made itself like a little drainage through part of the incision. So it's not swollen anymore. But do you know how terribly frightening and messy that was? For it to not be swollen anymore? Good Lord. I'm so traumatized. Luckily, I'm a very good owner. And I take care of my babies. All right. But yeah, you know, so he's just been in a good mood. He's happy-go-lucky. Nothing's bothering him. Just mommy and daddy. But Kieran's been really great about it. Luckily, Shiro really likes peanut butter, so we are able to give him his medications, no problem. So, unlike my other dog could find a pill in literally a bowl of peanut butter, and he would be able to find it and eat around it. So, something to be said for having a very large dog. His mouth is not as sensitive, or I'm able to throw the pill back a little further. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's working, but it's working. All right. Some of that leaf is still trying to be a bother. Holy Lord. Lord help me. We are going in. We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. We are going in with gel base. Then we are going in with gel top coat. Because that will give me a nice, plump, thick thing to, like, file through and file around and do what I need to do. Right. We are keeping that glitter. Somehow we are going to keep that glitter. I'm not sure how. We will be able to fix this. just going to apply a very, very healthy amount of gel base before we top coat it, because then I can file away what I need to and keep what I don't. 30 seconds. We're in the lamp. And we're going to top coat us. I prefer actually filing top coat than gel base. Gel base can get a little gooey. I don't know. And the gel top coat gives you that chemical reaction that keeps it from being weird. So, that is what we're looking for now. It's not weird. Whee! All right. She is held down now. That gold glitter is not getting out of here today. I will win. That's all there is to it, guys. I will win. Somehow I will win. We're going to be in there filing that a little bit, I think, after all of this. Just to get it nice and smooth. Because right now it's looking a little horrifying under there. Thank goodness for files. All right. We're in the lamp for the full 60 seconds to give that top coat a good amount of time. We're going to clean up with alcohol, wipe all the things off. I wish I had elevator music for you guys. Have you guys tried that Spotify jam QR code thing before? Would you guys be interested in me putting together like a jam and then sharing the QR code in the group, and then you guys can like listen to music or something that I've kind of picked? Let me know. It's totally like voluntary. You have to like save the QR code and then open it on your phone to like access it. So it's not like it would just automatically play. It could be fun. You could put together some fun playlists. Like the other day, I did something off of Shake It Off. So I just had some really poppy, happy music going on. And I was very pleased. I was in a great mood. Music is a happy place for me, as it is for most people. All right, so I'm smoothing this out a bit in here. This is also where you would use that like cylindrical ceramic bit that you get sometimes in your kits. They're really good for this. Just getting in here and smoothing out under the nail. I'm annoyed enough that I'm getting a little aggressive on my cuticles, so don't do that. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to swap the direction of my file, and that will let me go the other way. It's very hard doing this on camera. picked up fuzz somewhere. Picked up fuzz. Yuck. Right. There we go. My efile was caught on one of my spray bottles. It's like, why don't I have the freedom to file how I need to file? That's why. Much better. So again, I am trying to be a little cautious of the glitters that are under there. That is the danger of glitter. We're going to swap her out for a different file, I think. I have this one here, which is a shorter nose diamond volcano kind of bit. Ah. Okay, good night, Michelle. If you need to chat, I am up, of course, because I am on West Coast time, so. So these nails should not take this long. This is just because we are running into every problem you could. Which is why I had practice with the other ones to prevent that, but life be life in. At least the first nail went nice and fast. All right, now we are going to file the bejesus out of the sidewalls to bring that shape back in. Going to give a preliminary wipe with alcohol so I can see what I'm working with. Lets me know a little bit better how much filing and fixing I need to do. Also, solid builder gel doesn't like alcohol, making direct contact with it too much. It usually makes it cloudy. At least that's been my experience. So that's another reason to make sure you top coat before you start your violin and cleaning and stuff. I'm having to like dodge under one of my cameras, which is what's making this very interesting. Honey, is there any chance I can get that water? Thank you. All right. That dip base, peel base, collecting a little bit of our dust. I'm looking for my clippers again because we're trying to take down a significant chunk from that tip to make it even with the other. Thank you, honey. So when I am working with a builder gel tip, generally, I can clip from side to side, and that will accomplish what I need, and it'll break off. Looks like we might have gotten some glitter separation, so fun. Literally every problem that could ever happen. Because I had to cut into the glitter because it had snuck a little too far down on what I was looking for. All right. There. Buff, buff, file, file. Taking a sip of water real quick. Much better. I was so thirsty. Once upon a time, I used to be able to do these nails and never have to file the top. It has just been a very, very long time. I love my jelly tips. All right. I think that's shape is looking pretty good. I'm going to scrub it again with the alcohol. See where we're at. Running out of alcohol. I'm not sure I have one of my refill bottles back here. No, I do. Okay, great. I do. All right. So I have cleaned her. She's looking better. You can kind of see that that glitter is lifting there. So I'm actually going to try to use a small brush and put top coat in there to seal the glitter. But I need to refill my rubbing alcohol. So intermission while I do that. I buy these giant bottles off of Amazon. They're great for refills. We use a lot of alcohol in this house. So this is literally a gigantic medical grade 99% alcohol. Much better. Spritzy spritz to your heart's content. Scrubby scrub, scrubby scrub. Much better. All right. She is clean. We are going to take a little brush and we are going to put some top coat in there to seal our leaf in. We don't want any bacteria or anything crazy getting in there. So always make sure to do your best to have no air bubbles, no spaces or gaps or anything that could cause that. I'm just getting some of that top coat and going to kind of poke it in there and see if I can fill that. So I don't see any. If I see any white, that means the air is still in there. Looks like it's doing pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. That helped. I was just able to poke some of the top coat in there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash cure that, and then we are going to take a little bit of our glitter and our gel base, and we are going to blend that ombre. A smidgy smidge. All right. It came out fine. We don't need to backfill it like I was worried about. At least not much. Just a little bit. I think between top coat and base coat it will accomplish what we need. Okay, so I'm just tapping a little bit here. Use a brush. You can use this. I have a brush. I don't know why I didn't grab the brush. All right. And I'm going to use a dotting tool and a silicone tool to sort of move it down away from our cuticles, because I don't need the glitter to go all the way up there. It's not the look we were going for. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a cleanup brush with some alcohol. I have last used this with my acid primer, so I needed to make sure I cleaned that out. So I'm just wiping on a lint-free wipe. There we go. Okay. So it's definitely not my best, but it is a nail. It does have glitter. So we're gonna go cure that, and we're gonna top coat it, or maybe base coat it one more time and then top coat it. And then we are going to do a jelly tip application real quick. Much faster, much easier. Just gotta grab the coffin tip that hopefully I have here. All right. Coffin? Are you coffin? You are coffin. Yay, coffin. So it's not gonna match exactly because the other ones, you know, they're hand built. But if we can find one that will work, it'll be good enough. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can file that to work. All right. I'm just rounding out this a little bit because I have rounder cuticles than on my thumb and my middle finger. That just makes it easier. Get the dust off. All right. She's good to go. Then we are going to grab our solid gel. I still need the gel top coat. Don't put it away yet. Because of course I'll lose it. That's what I do. All right. So these are so much easier. You do all the prep that you would do for your gel base before you would attach your jelly tips. But now, instead of having to use a thin gel that you have to try to manipulate and like pray it'll stay on without sliding, when you go into one of your little quick cure lights, you just grab your goo. Try to make sure you don't have too much goo, because that's really where you're going to run into your trouble. Okay. And you can either apply it to your nail or you can apply it to the jelly tip. Either will work. I probably have too much on. Then I will kind of start it and push it towards my cuticle. Okay, well, to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. And yeah, it looks like it actually filled it in just about perfect, except for that last readjustment. So see how fast that is? Boom, done. You now have a jelly tip attached. And of course my phone died. Why wouldn't it? All right, awesome. It didn't even give me any warning. It just died. Guys, this is supposed to have a much longer battery life and it's not lasting me through a live. Well, the rest of this is here on YouTube. I will text. I will text people and let them know. All right. I am quick cured, so I'm just going to text. Cannot believe it died. that up. Another 30 more seconds under the light. Cannot believe my phone died. It never even froze and gave me like the 10% warning. Hi, rude. Oh well. I'm not that pressed, but here we are. So we are attached. I am just filing off that little bit of extra plastic from when it comes off the little sticky rack thing. I'm pulling my skin away from the sidewalls. And just boop, boop. And sometimes you won't even have to do this because it works so well. Just depends on what kind of day you're having. My week has basically been like this, so I'm unsurprised. All right. We are attached. I'm going to top coat both after wiping the dust off with alcohol. All right. And we're going with our top coat. A little easier when I only have to worry about one camera. Not gonna lie. All right. So this is the 3 ways you can wear and use solid builder gel. All right. And then come under here. So these are matte prior to application, which is why they were not clear. So getting in there and applying your top coat will give you that clear nail when you apply your top coat. You don't want sticky underneath your nails to get like goo and whatever. And I do recommend top coating up to any of the non-sticky builder gel that came over our nail. You can see it there. But if you put the top coat on it, it at least won't be sticky. It's just not as gorgeous as we might want it to look. But it is very much attached. I still want to file more of that index finger. I'm going to fix that a little bit. We're in the lamp, counting down. It's one thing I wish I could like speed up. Because unfortunately I can't sing and dance a show for you. Excuse me. Well, it's curing. Man, it somehow swapped. You're doing your driver's ed class while watching my live? That's awesome. Oh no, Kirsten, I'm sorry. Hey, Passion, I don't know if you're still here, but I just saw your question about how long do I normally wear my nails. If I'm wearing a fully attached set like this, I will wear it generally until I need to do a fill, and I'll either backfill it or I will remove them completely and start over from scratch. And it's like most salons will remove your apres each time because it can just be, you're more guaranteed to have a clean application if you do that. Whereas if you are backfilling, you can run into adhesion issues. You can run into the dreaded greenies. So a fresh app, A, they can charge more for, and B, it does limit things that can go wrong. So, you know, if you've got the materials and you've got the time, I do recommend doing it. If you don't, just do a backfill. And then if I'm wearing dip on top, because I do ambassador for so many dip companies, I will use peel base, and I will generally go through every single day with a new set of dip-ons if I'm not doing press-ons. But the nice thing about doing press-ons is if I really like a design, I can make a set for my other hand, and then I have actual press-ons for myself, and I will wear them out. I've worn them out, I've worn them filming, I have thoroughly enjoyed being able to make my own press-ons at home. Fixing that underside of that nail. Looks a little better. While getting all up-ins. Just gonna wipe it off with more alcohol, make it nice and wet. Really get any of that dust out, because if there's any dust under the nail, you are not going to get that clear, pretty effect. So, highly, highly recommend you get in there and do what you need to do. What just dove off? Oh, Lord. I have barely anything on my desk and it's still going crazy. I'm dropping stuff. I'm actually going to use my cat tongue gel applicator versus the brush that's attached, just because I find I can get a better, thinner application if I do that. So I'm soaking with alcohol. I am cleaning this brush out really well because I don't know what I used it for to paint last. Then we're going to get it into our top coat. We're going to close up our solid builder gel. I'm going to fight the urge to use it as a palette, because I will use anything as a palette if it's flat. I am chaos personified. Don't mind me. This is definitely not a do it exactly how I do it. This is a generally follow the rules, ignore some of the chaos, and have fun. Have fun. So I'm just using my cat tongue gel brush because I really just want enough gel under there to fill in those micro abrasions from my file. I don't want to add anything. I don't. If there's any unevenness, I want to fix that, but I do not want to add anything to it if I can avoid it. So using, yeah, so it pulled out whatever I used it had freaking glitter. So it just pulled out glitter. Even though I had cleaned the brush off, there's now shimmer everywhere. Lord help me. Yeah, we'll just add that shimmer to the whole nail. What did I use? Oh, I wonder if it was my cat eye. It might be cat eye. Told you, it's chaos here. Nothing but chaos. We don't like it that way, right? Right, I'm going with a little bit more of that top coat. Don't know if you can hear my fur baby losing his mind, making his dad very mad. He's mad. He's a barker. Hopefully this will finish cleaning it out. Because it's not like I could see the shimmer because it's basically a clear shimmer. So. Yeah, it does look like it was my cat eye though. That's funny. That's funny. All right. I'm just top coating one more time on that glitter nail to make it less annoying and bumpy. Some of that glitter came to play. Did not come to play? How would you phrase that? And then go under there. Okay. She's looking cute. She's not bad. They're definitely not colors I would normally wear, but she's not bad. All right. And there's still a little divot in there that's driving me batty. But I can't tell if it's like in a higher level of the gel. So we'll see. Trying to fix it. All right. Into the lamp. Into the lamp. Into the lamp. Into the lamp we go. I'm going to wipe off this brush just in case. I tried to bring some shimmer with it. You say, no, thank you. I don't see any, but that doesn't mean anything. It's basically clear until it goes unclear. Then you're like, oh, hey, there's the shimmer. All right, we're almost done. Is anybody still here? How are we doing? Have I scared all of you away? Do, 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 do. And then we're going to see, hopefully, the magic of peel base. Because I'm going to pop these right off. I have so many nails to do tonight. All right. So here we are. Here is the full application. It's not ideal. I definitely need to go back to doing builder gel again. Hi, Kirsten. Yay! Someone's here. But yeah, I definitely need to go back to doing builder gel nails again. My chops have certainly been challenged today. All right. Yeah, doing anything other than the most basic of builder gel today was kind of a hot mess express. But there we go. I am thoroughly annoyed by how it went, but they're there. They're on. They're doing the darn thing. They're a nail. We saw how easy it was to put on our jelly tips. That is definitely my preferred method. And with the beauty of peel base, it's off. I'm not sure. I may not get as lucky with my middle finger. We'll see. But that LYS peel base, whew, that came right off. Clean. We're going to have to see. I'm going to do a little filing. We're going to add a little cuticle oil if I can track any down. And then using all my cuticle oil out in the wilds versus back here lately, because I've just been doing press-on tips. And you don't need a cuticle oil or press-on. Hopefully I didn't lose too much of that peel base. But I figured if you are on my YouTube, you might as well get the removal. So I am just filing into that layer of base coat. That should hopefully expose it enough that I can slide in some cuticle oil to break down that peel base. All right. Got one off. That LYS peel base is not joking. It has come to do its job. For sure. Okay. So I'm using my LYS cuticle oil to hopefully get in there and break the bonds between the gel and my nails. That a little bit of a minute. Rock it back and forth. I'm worried about that middle. There we go. Index came fine. That middle nail was fussed with so much that I do have concerns it may not leave. This might be the one where we're like, I guess we're going to use that LYS gel remover and see how well it goes. All right. There's always one, I find. There's always one nail. There we go. I got a lift. So now that I got a little bit of a lift, we're going to put our cuticle oil into that lift. And it will break down any of those bonds. Let it sit for a minute. Make its way in there. And then I'm going to take, hopefully, either one of my cuticle pushers or my scissors and further separate the tip. All right. How are you doing, Kirsten? Are you good? You having an okay week? I know you're doing pizza night, so you might not be able to chat too much, but no, I'm thinking about you. And I am planning on doing those nails tonight that we talked about. I picked out the Dipnotic dips that I'm going to use for those the red and the green. Ah, yes. Hallelujah. Off. Off, off, off. Look how pretty. Look how pretty my gel base still is. That is my LYS gel base. She hung in. You struggling, babe? Do we need to talk? Do you want to text me? Do you want to call me for a few minutes before my husband finishes dinner? What do you need, babe? You tell me. Man, that came off so good. I'm so happy. And I will hopefully get this up live. YouTube has not been wanting me to download my lives lately. Because normally I download my live, I edit it, and then I will repost it as like a full video. But I might need to do it on my computer, which I don't even know where my laptop is right now. So, good times. Whee! She's off. She's off. These are on though. These, I did not use any kind of peel base. They were just solid builder gel and some almond tips. Wasn't sure if I would like the shape. They're not après. They are Alsa, A-I-L-L-S-A, A-I-L-S-A, however that Amazon brand is spelled. One thing I don't like is the amount of air bubbles you can get with any builder gel. It's hard to get a bubbleless free application. Ouch. All right, ladybugs, I am going to sign out. I hope everybody has a good night. I hope this was helpful to somebody. I won't hide it. I will keep it live, so it will help someone, hopefully, if they find it. If not, I'll at least give a few chuckles to my life of chaos. Chaos personified. That's me. All right. Kirsten, I'll text you. I hope everybody else has a wonderful night. Love ya. Mwah, 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 mwah.